The Marvel Universe might not be as old as DC's, but it's created a mythology equal in scale. The universe itself, much like our own, is billions of years old, and with countless cosmic, supernatural, and other beings residing within it, it's fair to say that there are a lot of old-timers roaming around the Marvel Universe. But the usual suspects, like Wolverine and Captain America, barely even scratch the surface when it comes to Marvel's oldest characters. While their lives have spanned for centuries, the Marvel Universe is home to those that have lived for thousands, millions, or even billions of years, even with their own varying profiles and notoriety. There are planet eaters, immortal civilizations, ancient pantheons, and even X-Men that rank among the Marvel Universe's oldest residents. So with that in mind, I'm Ewan from What Culture, and let's take a look at Marvel's oldest beings. Number 8. Mephisto. Mephisto is a demon based on the Faust legend, and with his place of birth being hell itself, the character has literally been around since the beginning. Introduced in Silver Surfer number 3, comics fans will recognize Mephisto thanks to his relationship with the Spirit of Vengeance, aka Ghost Rider. The demon himself has had a long-running rivalry with Zarathos, whom he eventually defeated, and has been a staple of Marvel's supernatural scene for decades now, going all the way back to his first appearance during the Marvel bullpen era of the 1960s. Number 7. The Asgardians. The Asgardians are probably the most prolific ancient beings in the Marvel Universe, and while some are only approaching their 1000th year in existence, the most powerful have been alive for millions of years. Odin, the king of Asgard, even led the Avengers in the year 1 million BC. Created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby in 1962, the Norse Aesir have since become one of Marvel's most formidable properties, even if its foremost member Thor has only been around for a few thousand years. With such an age has also come a massive lore and history, with tales of old Odin fighting everything from God Tempest to disgruntled relatives, captivating Marvel's readers for decades since its initial introduction. Number 6. The Eternals. The Eternals are a somewhat forgotten Jack Kirby creation, but that shouldn't be the case for much longer. The group are said to be joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Phase 4, and though they do pale in comparison to the new gods that Kirby himself created while at DC, as with Guardians of the Galaxy, they could prove to be Marvel's next breakout stars. And, as the name probably suggests already, the Eternals are also pretty old. Created by the Celestials when they visited Earth some 5 million years ago, the group were created alongside the malign Deviants, a race that came to represent the exact opposite of the near-immortal group of heroes. Number 5. The Watchers. The Watchers, Marvel's premier omniscient extraterrestrial observers, are really old. Like, really, really old. They're also very important too, with the collective's main goal being to preside over the Marvel multiverse, to observe and, under no circumstance, intervene in the affairs of mortals. Famed more for their association with the Fantastic Four than anything else, audiences actually got a taste for the big-headed beings in one of Guardians of the Galaxy's many post-credit sequences, where Stan Lee failed to capture their attention whilst recalling his many cameos beforehand. The most famous Watcher of all is Uatu, who first appeared in Fantastic Four number 13 before later breaking his oath of non-intervention to warn the group of the impending arrival of Galactus, who, yes, is somehow even older. Number 4. The Living Tribunal. The Living Tribunal was, for a long period of time, considered the highest power in the Marvel Universe. He presides over and judges the multiverse accordingly, with Stephen Strange's earlier tests as the Sorcerer Supreme actually involving him having to convince the entity that the Earth is worth saving. He's a big deal, and has come to be one of the few constants within the cosmic vestiges of the Marvel Universe. His power levels are also off the charts, with the character having been considered the most powerful in the universe prior to the introduction of Marvel's own equivalent of God. In any case, mainstream audiences should probably see the Living Tribunal at some point. The character was name-dropped by Mordo in Doctor Strange, and with the next phase heading down a distinctly more cosmic path than others, an appearance in either Doctor Strange 2 or a future Avengers film shouldn't be ruled out just yet. Number 3. Galactus. Galactus, everyone's least favourite force of nature with the metabolism of Josh Brown, is truly old. He actually existed prior to the creation of the known universe as an explorer, before being crushed in the Big Bang and subsequently developing into the world-eating devourer that Earth would come to fear eons later. And though it would be very easy just to discuss Galactus' heavy appetite, there is a lot more to the character than his purpose. He's fought with other cosmic entities before, takes on a different form whenever he encounters various alien races, and and has even been penance-stared into submission by the Ghost Rider in the Fantastic Four's 90s animated series. Galactus certainly has a storied history as one of Marvel's most iconic adversaries, and though he may not be its oldest resident, he's certainly one of the most impressive. Number 2, the Elders of the Universe. Like Galactus, the Elders of the Universe have actually been around since before the Big Bang, with each member of the group being the last surviving member of their respective civilization. Among the Elders' most famous members include the Grand Master, the Collector, and Ego, the Living Planet. Primarily assembled as a group of supervillains, the Elders have come up against the Avengers, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and even fellow cosmic entities like the aforementioned Galactus throughout their history, proving that with great age and power doesn't always come great intelligence. And number 1, the one above all. When it comes to the Marvel Universe, there isn't a being as powerful or as old as the one above all. The multiverse's god, OAA, is said to be responsible for having created all the life in Marvel's library. Introduced in Sensational Spider-Man Volume 2, this particular one above all isn't to be confused with the Celestial introduced in the aforementioned Eternal series. Though he had been alluded to in abstract terms during Marvel's Infinity Saga, it wasn't until 2007 where the character would make his first appearance, coming to a downtrodden Peter Parker during the controversial One More Day storyline that reset the Wallcrawler's history. Later, OAA would appear in the finale to Thanos' solo comic. The Mad Titan and Adam Warlock bargain for the resurrection of their own reality, with Warlock taking on the mantle of the new Living Tribunal in return. The one above all may transcend the sheer concept of time anyway, but when you're older than existence itself, there isn't a character out there who could possibly compete for the mantle of Marvel's oldest character, celestial or otherwise. And that's our list. Who are your favourite old characters in the Marvel Universe? Please let us know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe, and then head back over to whatculture.com for more historic content like this every day. As always, I've been Ewan, and I'll see you next time.